Okay, you guys, what's going on? So, today's episode is one I've been really looking forward to because it perfectly captures the difference between being busy and being built. I think you told me you were booked out till November, I think in July.
And that was in July. And so my max by myself is 10,000. Like I can clear 10,000 a month with it just being me. And I was bragging like, "Oh, I don't even need to book anymore." That's from April. That's just implementing PRB strategies from April to June. Because June is when things like really took off. And that's when I was like, I cannot post anymore. If I post, they're going to book, they're going to get on the wait list. I cannot accommodate that. And so I was so happy that I had got to that point. But you were like, actually, no, you need to hire.
So, I want to introduce you guys to someone whose story I think will surprise a lot of you in the best ways. Her name is Robin Miller. She is a curly hair specialist. And here is the thing though, when I spoke to Robin last summer, so she's been in the program for like a few months now, and she wasn't struggling with clients at that point. In fact, she told me something that stopped all of us in our tracks. She said, I can't even post right now because if I post, I get attention. And if I get attention, I get clients. And if I get clients, I literally have nowhere to put them. So PRB was problematic to the point where this was in the summertime of last year. She said she was booked out till November. And she's just like, I can't even accommodate it. And on the surface, I think that sounds like a dream. And that's what so many beauty professionals think they want to be fully booked and demand and sought after. But I think what most people don't realize is that success like that brings a new set of challenges, and it forces clarity. It forces confidence. It forces you to decide, who are you going to be? Who are you as a business owner and how you actually want to grow? And I love Robin's story because it wasn't just about the demand. It's what happened underneath it, the confidence she built, the way her content evolved, the leadership element of it that she stepped into. And something I didn't even know when we first started working together, how deeply her faith became a part of how she shows up in business. And this conversation isn't just about being booked. It's about becoming the kind of woman who can hold the freaking blessing. Hold the blessing, because you got to do it with conviction, with purpose. And sometimes I look at my blessings and I'm stressed out, but I'm like, but I prayed for this, So if you're listening or watching this and you ever thought like that could never be me, or maybe I'm not like her, I want you to give this conversation a shot, because it's going to be about what actually creates results and what those results mean and why they're more accessible than you might think.
Hey, stop for a second. Did you know that most people who watch the CEO Glow Show are not even subscribed? What? So, if you are on a mission to level up your beauty business, your family life, your prayer life, hit that subscribe button now so we can stay in touch.
Robin, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for being willing to share your journey with us.
Thank you for having me.
You are impressive, an impressive woman, and also relatable. And I think that people see you now are probably thinking like, oh, that's not me. I could never. She's perfect. God. So take us back before all of this, before PRB, before we even spoke. What did your business actually look like day to day? And what were the feelings you were feeling?
My business was terrible. I officially opened it up in 2020, which wasn't the issue. I've been doing hair prior to that. I officially did my LLC in 2020. I had a salon suite. I was not making money. I was not making money. I was not confident. I was just before and after posting. Everything was a before and after. I had no plan. I had no direction. I was making enough money to go out to eat. That's all I was doing, was going out to eat with my
Yeah.
little friends. It got like so bad that I ended up going 2 years into my business. I went into a commission salon. I was just like, let me just take a pause. Maybe I can't do this on my own. Let me go get help from working at a commission salon. They'll handle the heavy work. I'll just be the talent. I'll just do the hair. Because I was like drowning in responsibility as well. And so I ran from it. I was Jonah. Oh, man. I was on my Jonah. So me getting hired at the commission salon, and this will tie in later. At my interview, I told them the goal that I had, how much money that I wanted to make a month. And at that point in time, I was averaging probably like $2,000 in my business a month. Oh my gosh, that's so terrible. That's so terrible. That's like not even my car note and rent put together. Like, but I was making like $2,000 a month. And then so I went to this salon and I told them that I wanted to make $10,000 a month. And they're like, oh, we have someone that does that here. And so I was like, all right, I can see it. But where they were at, I felt like, all right, I will get there in like 5 years. I'm going to work so hard at this salon. In 5 years, I'll be making $10,000 a month. Then I was making like $3,000 a month for a very long time. And then I found PRB.
So your goal was like, oh, maybe I'll do it in how many years? 5?
I thought 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how soon did you actually get there?
I was at that salon for 2 years, did not even hit half of that. And then I joined PRB, and it has not even been a year because I was in PRB from January to April or January, and I wasn't participating. I was still working at the commission salon when I had first started. So I was like, I saw,
you signed up, but you weren't.
Yeah, because I could see the worth. I could see the worth in PRB. So I was like, I'm just going to put that on the back burner while I still work at this commission salon. And so, which is crazy because I was paying monthly for PRB and not even doing anything with it, as if I could have had the money to do something like that, but I did it. And then finally, I just was like, I'm over the. Oh, and mind you, while I was at that commission salon, I was using PRB videos from the Vault. I would watch the Vault, and that actually, like, I started making more money within the commission salon with the way that I was like advertising myself. So, but I wasn't showing up for any of the group meetings or any of that. So then comes end of April, and I actually start showing up. So from April to, oh gosh, I want to say April to September is what it took me.
Yeah, I think
to get to $10,000 a month.
Yeah, you were, I think you told me you were booked out till November, I think in July.
And that was in July. And so my max by myself is 10,000. Like I can clear 10,000 a month with it just being me. And I was bragging like, oh, I don't even need to book anymore. That's from April. That's just implementing PRB strategies from April to June. Because June is when things like really took off. And that's when I was like, I cannot post anymore. If I post, they're going to book, they're going to get on the wait list. I cannot accommodate that. And so I was so happy that I had got to that point. But you were like, actually, no, you need to hire. And I was like, what? Like, I thought I had peaked and I most certainly did not.
Wow. I feel like people think that that type of success isn't normal. And in some ways it isn't, but it's normal if you do the things, if you invest in yourself, and if you ask for help, which we entrepreneurial women are so allergic to. Like, I don't do that. No, I got it. I got you. I'll pay for that. It's like, what is that? We're sick. So who do you think this type of success is inevitable for? What are those action items that somebody needs to take for this to be like an undeniable? It's definitely going to happen for you. You're the type of woman that invests. You're the type of woman that implements. You're the type of woman that doesn't take no for an answer. Like, what is that quintessential list for you? Who will this be normal for?
This will be normal for anyone willing to take the risk because it was so risky for me to even join PRB. It was a huge risk that I took at that time in my life. I'm like, so I think it's just for anyone willing to bet on themselves and then willing to take the risk. And then 3, willing to do the work. Willing to do you have to be willing to do the work.
Yeah, I think a lot of women think they need more clients, but what they actually need is more clarity.
That is exactly what it was for me. I just remember prior to PRB, it was all about like, how do I get more clients? How do I get more clients? And now I'm to the point of, it's not about getting more clients. It's like, how can I be more comfortable with myself? How can I be more comfortable putting myself out there? Because the clients will come. The clients, they have came. It's been really more of me getting in tune with my confidence. Like,
yeah, talk about that, because that's something that, Val and I were talking actually, and we're like, that's something that we hear every single time with anyone who's had success in PRB. They talk about the confidence. And I was like, that's really interesting that the first thing they say is like, I am more confident. I'm more confident. It's like we're serving confidence like an In-N-Out stand, like it serves burgers. Like that's what we're serving. How did your confidence change? Because you knew what to post and why? Is it because you were more educated? Is it because you were just around successful people now or encouraging people? What was it?
Oh, okay. So, I would say, so I started off on the like first tier, and then I went to Done With You. So once I got to Done With You and received my content plan, that helped me be more confident with just like having a plan and knowing. I'm like, there's days where I didn't want to post, but I'm like, I have a plan. I don't have to scroll through my phone and try to figure it out. So there's the confidence with that. But then there's also like, once you get past that part of being okay, being on camera, it's the confidence of just knowing that things are going to work out. Knowing that if you follow what you're supposed to do, they're going to work out. Like I'm not where I want to be yet. I hit the 10 grand goal, but that's like, that was hit even prior to me hiring. So now that I've hired and now that we're done training, like it's just going to get crazy. I like, even with my confidence, like we've been planning to do this episode for like a month now. And I have been asking myself, like, am I really ready to even do this? Because I'm not where I want to be. And the confidence that I have knowing where I'm going to be, even just where I've been the past 2 weeks, even just where my business has been the past 2 weeks, that I've started double booking because you told me to. Even just the past 2 weeks, I'm like, we're going to have to do this again in like 6 months because this.
Yes.
Like,
it's about share. It's the journey.
It's the journey.
It's the journey. How incredible would that be?
Yeah.
But what was different about the content strategy? What's different about your content now and how it was when you were doing it on your own?
Oh, wow. Okay. And when I was doing it on my own, I actually was doing like really good. It was decent. It was all before and afters, but there was shock value. So it was okay. And honestly, even though it was interesting to see the reactions and the before and afters, very interesting. It's still so boring. I scroll down my page and I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, my page was so boring. Now, it's so crazy because I have so many clients that come and they say that they love the education. That is the number one thing. And that is something that I absolutely was not doing prior to getting my content plan. And that is the main thing I look for myself when I'm on other beauty pages, whatever kind of page. If they can teach me, like, I'm more likely to follow and more likely to be interested. And I would say that is like the best thing about my content plan is not just the variety, because it helped me get a lot more variety, but also just the education. And especially in my niche, education is so important because no one is educated in it. And that's why I do it, because I wasn't educated in it. I wasn't educated in curls properly. And then I couldn't do my son's hair. And then now I'm here. So
So what happens now when you post?
Oh man.
Take us through the feelings. Cause I mean, I do it too. It's like,
overwhelm is that's the first word. I'm always like thinking to myself, like, I always have to prepare myself because I know this is going to be a hit. I know that my DMs are going to blow up. I know that my, comments are going to blow up. And that is truly what happens every time.
yeah.
Like I just have to prepare myself for how I'm going to have to be social after. Like like I have to prepare myself. I'm like, I know they're going to love this. They're going to love this. And it's helped me to be confident to get content that is educational, that is not on my content plan. Like there'll be a moment where a client will ask a question and I'm like, oh, I'm answering this question. I should film this. This is educational.
Mm-hmm.
And then those kind of posts seriously blow up because it's like raw in the moment, real, what's happening, and it's education. So
I want to know too, because content is pre-selling. And that's kind of what you've learned how to do and have gotten even better at. So content is also a transfer of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
When content is strategic, it stops feeling like self-promotion and it starts feeling like just being present.
Yep.
And being present is what a good leader does. Just be present and you lead through that.
If you're a beauty professional and you want a real upgrade in 2026, listen up. If you've been grinding clients, content, trainings, but you still feel stuck or uninspired, it's probably because you're not in the right room. The Skin Games is going down in the Dallas area March 19th through 22nd, 2026 at the Renaissance Dallas Addison Hotel. And no, this isn't just skincare. It's a major Beauty Pro event with categories and education across aesthetics, waxing, lash and brow, and makeup. Plus demos, vendors, and networking with people who are serious about results. Go to theskingames.com to grab your pass. All right, back to the episode.
You said one of the most valuable things too was gaining confidence in business. And you said in your form, expressing your love for God.
Oh my gosh.
Can you
yes.
explain that to me?
Okay.
A little bit more?
That it's crazy because it's a very specific thing that happened. So it was a couple months ago. I was because I believe in God, but I've always been like, I can't say this and I can't say that because whatever someone else's feelings. So a couple months ago, I like binged your podcast. This is like 4 or 5 months ago, probably. And I just was like, I need to catch up because I hadn't watched an episode in a while. So I had like randomly just scrolled down, picked one. And I think it was of you and Laura. And you were saying how it was either you and Laura. There was two. One was you and Laura. One was you and Danielle. It was three. And then one was also you and another PRB student in LA. She was saying, came from a life of like drugs and like she just had a really rough life. And in all three of these combined, you were saying how for a long time that you were not afraid, but just not comfortable like expressing your love for God. And then you came to the realization that that's absolutely what you should do because that's absolutely why you're even where you're at today. And that it was a lot more intricate than that because this is like 4 hours worth of footage that I listened to, but it just helped me be like, you know what? I can still be successful and still let everyone know that like I represent God and that I want to help make disciples. And that I don't have to be embarrassed about my faith and that it's because of my faith that I'm even where I'm at. Like those moments listening to those episodes really solidified for me that I'm where I'm supposed to be. There was no greater sign than you expressing that you were ready to like fully express your faith in publicly, loudly, love God out loud. And I love the way that your son does too. I love it.
Thank you for saying that, Robin. You have no idea. how much I appreciate that. Cause sometimes like I have those, faith-based podcasts. I'm like, I don't know who this is going to hit. I have no
Yeah.
idea who's listening. I don't know who it's going to touch. So that encouragement means so much, right? And I'm sure you'll feel the same way from people listening to this, listening to you. And either you see the world through that lens or you don't. And am I going to lie every single time I open my mouth?
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Another thing is like people say, you're indoctrinating your children. Well, am I going to tell my kids that water is not wet? If it's truth, it's truth. So what am I going to say? Am I going to lie to them? Water's wet. God is God. Jesus came. He rose from the dead. He died for you and me. What am I going to say? I'm not going to lie to them. Indoctrinating them would be lying to them. But to me, that's the truth. I'm okay with telling my kids that 1 + 1 = 2 because it's the truth. Do you really believe it if you don't talk about it? That's the crazy thing is like Christianity is not that complicated. Love God, obey God, have eternal life, have faith in God. And it's like eternal life. I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. And that's a great deal. That's kind of important. And for somebody to not talk about that, I question whether or not you believe it.
Right.
Because isn't that the most important thing? And I'm with you. I have been even just this past I'd say the last 2 years, I wasn't hearing from this person anymore. And I was like, maybe it's because it's my Christian content. And then it was. And there's people in our lives that we've been very close to that won't speak to us anymore or have just kind of taken a step back. And it hurts. I also wondered if my kids would lose opportunities because they're acting in Hollywood, and it hadn't. I thought it would. I was thinking maybe some of their representation wouldn't like it, but they were like, no, we love this. This is great. But, you're in your head because God did say that you would be hated for this.
Oh, I actually on my Facebook have that scripture as my cover photo.
Oh, for real?
We're
hating them first.
Yeah.
You gonna show us? I want to see.
Yeah, Matthew 10:22. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. Matthew 10:22.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that we haven't lost opportunities, like even business opportunities. And that's tough because I'm a CEO and the CEO is a Christian. Okay. That's all you got. We will coach you and we will help you double your income. We'll get your business stable. We'll help you get booked out. But I am a Christian and you cannot take that away. And not everyone who's here, who works here, is necessarily a believer. Like everyone believes something. It's just like we don't all agree on what we believe. It's not like, hey, you need to have a statement of faith before you can work here. It's not that. We're a marketing agency and we're a coaching business. But I am who I am. And some people have been turned off by that. Some people have said, I don't want to work with you anymore. I'm not signing this. We had a $20,000 client, I think $25,000 client in December who backed out for that reason. Sure, go ahead, but you're not going to come into PRB and, be
like forced to Bible study.
It's not a Bible study. But at the same time, it's just who I am.
Yeah.
So it's how I see the world. And it does color how I view business. It does. How could it not? It colors everything. But even if you're not a believer, that's my challenge. Wouldn't you want your housekeeper to be like somebody that's in your stuff? If you're not a believer, doesn't it make you at least feel better that who you're working with has fear of the Lord, has fear, like real fear. A lot of like Laura's a believer, Danielle's a believer, Lauren, and so on and so forth. But I think it would make people feel better, but some people don't even want you to pray for them.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
For that.
They're upset because it's like, how dare you pray for me? Like, I've gotten that in my family. Don't give me that crap. It's like, okay, you have a terminal illness. So yeah, but they will still reject prayer. And it's so crazy how some people's hearts are that hardened. You know, they've let that in. So how has your faith influenced you to show up now?
It goes back to confidence again. I mean, just little stuff, little things. Like I play music. I play like 90s music videos in my suite while I'm doing hair.
That's
Like
awesome.
it's
I see
so
the vibe.
millennial. It's
I
a
see the
millennial
vibe.
vibe. Like I play like Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, In Sync. Like we watch music videos while they're because all my services are so long.
I would
So
love that.
oh my gosh, you so would. Like it's seriously like millennial central in my little suite.
Usher?
But
You play Usher?
Usher, of course, of course. Of course. But like just recently, probably about 2 weeks ago, this is where the confidence part comes in. I'm going to be okay with playing my Christian music while a client is here and not being ashamed of it. It has helped me, like my faith has helped me not be ashamed. It's helped me not be ashamed even of my past, the things that I've gone through. Even something so little as that, like what music I listen to. Like I'm not turning this down. We're listening to Forrest Frank in here. Like,
Mhm.
so it's helped me to even just be more confident in myself and who I am and in my business. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I really love where I'm at right now. I really, really do.
That makes me feel so good hearing that. Not everybody can say that. And if you're like, if you're listening to this and I don't love where I'm at, can I tell them to reach out to you, Ro, or me?
Yes, yes, they can. Because I'm like, I was there, not loving where I'm at. And then now to not be worried about the dollar amount, knowing that that part is going to come. I've even dealt with, oh, and I love Ashanti so much. I have to throw that. Because
Hey.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't brought up Ashanti. That's my heart. Oh gosh. But the past like 5 or 6 months, I've been going through like some health issues. And without having PRB, like I don't even know what I would have done because I didn't tell anybody in my family or friends. No one knew what was going on with me. When people did find out what was going with me, they're like, you need to not focus on your business. I'm like, what? I'm like, I have that part. I have to take care of me and my child, or my child and I. So that part has to happen. But during this time, having Ashanti there, like,
Love her so much.
I can't even, there's no way that I can express how not just grateful I am, but how impactful. I can't even come up with the words to express like what she has done for me, what being a part of PRB has done for me. And this is aside from money. I wouldn't have been able to make the money if I wasn't okay mentally, if I didn't have, a game plan. Like it's so much more than just the dollar amount. Like that part is going to come. It's going to get crazy, Sheila. That part's going to get crazy. Watch in 6 months. But like for everything else to be so good, to know that no matter what's going on in my personal life, since I've been in PRB, that part is good. It's golden and it's only getting better. My business has not had a slump.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about Ashanti. So for those of you who don't know, Ashanti is her coach. She's in Texas. And Ro, where are you again?
I'm Denver. I'm in Denver,
Denver.
Colorado.
Yeah. And you're going to see Ashanti at the mastermind, and I can't wait
Yes.
for that moment. I will be there.
I'm going to cry.
I know. So, and so are we all. But what is it about having a one-on-one coach that is so, I think, underestimated? And it's like not the way we're wired to do business because we're such like, I can do this myself. What is it about having that one-on-one coach that really made a difference for you?
One is gaining the knowledge that I didn't have, everything that she brings with knowledge, the accountability, that feeling of not wanting to let her down, structure. And that goes back to accountability too. Like I'll write things down in my notes and then I won't look at my notes for like, I don't know, 2 months or something. But we have a doc for homework. I'm like, Ashanti did that. I have to go look at it. I have to look at it. It's really the accountability that comes with having a personal coach and the accountability and the knowledge for sure.
Yeah. And I feel the same way because every time I've hired a coach, oh my gosh, Laura and I will do it together. And it's like, all right, our coach gave us a goal to make this much money by the next time we see her. How are we going to do this? And it's something about somebody else reminding you what you've promised to yourself, somebody outside of just you and your thoughts. It is so miraculous what happens when someone else is holding you to what you said. That's it. That's it. And also telling you what to do in order to do that, giving you a step by step into how to make that happen. Okay, so I want you to answer the unspoken question.
Yes.
Why her? What do you think it is about you that made this work? Because it doesn't work for everyone. And that's true. The truth. What are you going to say? We have 100% strike rate. We've coached thousands of people, but it does work. But what makes it work? Why you? What did you actually do with the coaching? How did you respond when things felt uncomfortable? What were you willing to do that other people might avoid?
That's kind of hard to answer because I'm like, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm like, if Shanti was here in a person, she'd be like picking me up off the floor every week. Like, I don't know. I'm a mess, but it honestly, even with me saying that, honestly, I think that it works for me because all the cliche things like I'm determined and I'm a winner and this and that, but really I think it boils down to like respect. Respect for what you do, respect for where you came from, you specifically, Sheila, because your story, where you came from, the respect of why you even started this business. One of your reasons being that you wanted to create a sisterhood for yourself. And that's always been something that it's giving me chills to say. I have gone through the ringer when it comes to that, with me wanting to create this sisterhood with friends, with my own sisters, with cousins, whatever, and this respect for that sisterhood that I've always had, and I've never gotten it back. And it makes me think of your story, what you expressed, like with that. And I really think that my respect for that, I think that is like the number one driving force, just like in the subconsciously too. It's not even something that I think about, it's the respect of why PRB even exists and what your reason was.
That is I don't think I've gotten that answer before, but that is so resonant and it's so accurate. It's a sense of respect, not just for everyone that you meet, but for yourself. That is a beautiful, accurate answer. So thank you for that. What would you just say to someone who thinks they're not ready?
Oh my gosh, just do it. Just do it. I started not ready. I was like, I'm going to make this huge purchase and just put it on the back burner while I'm at this commission salon.
Like, you were not ready. You did.
I was not ready at all. I was not ready at all.
You wasted it for like 3-4 months.
Like, seriously, I think it was like 4 months that is so crazy to me. And I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I'm like, I wish I had gotten done for you from the very beginning. But I'm like, it's okay. I'm there now. And
you did a lot with group coaching.
I really, really, truly did. So like, even if you just have to start at the base of group coaching, like I was 3.5, 4 months booked out with group coaching. Wow. I was already making $500 to $1,000 more a month working at a commission salon where they were taking 50% of my money, but I was implementing PRB tactics and things. And I was still doing better. So, the whole time, I'm not ready now. I'm not, I'm like, I'm still not ready, but I'm hitting my goals and not just financially, but becoming a better person in the process. Like, so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Programs don't change people, decisions do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the difference between people who win and the people who just watch isn't talent. It's what you said, it's respect and it's trust.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much, Ro, for sharing your story. And I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more that we didn't get to cover on here. But I just adore you as a business owner, as a sister. And I can't wait to see you in person at the mastermind next week.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Me too. Me too. Because the goal isn't to be booked forever, you guys. The goal is to build a business that can hold the blessing. Thank you, guys.